That's hilarious. Hi, my name is Crystal, and we are the Noodle System. So, um, I wasn't going to record tonight. I've already recorded, but my noodle brain was very excited right now, and I need to get this out before we forget. So we're documenting in case we do, and we will be reminded of it again when we go to edit this video later. And then, yeah, it's also kind of a funny story to share. Just a teeny tiny one. That's all right. We've been trying to figure out where I came from. Orange noodle. Like, I don't know if it's an OSDD1A thing or if it's a d.i.d thing, or maybe it's common or not common. I don't know. But you would think I would know what my history is, right? And all I really have is history of Crystal, the body, the person, and there's a lot of amnesiac is how do you say that? Amnesia states in between the different noodles. Sometimes it's not every single time. Sometimes we're co-fronting, sometimes we're co-conscious. Isn't that the same thing? Somebody please tell me. I don't know for sure. We're still trying to wrap our head around this whole concept, but we're definitely all on board. I don't think there's really much denial going on anymore. We've been validated too much with that, with everything. Not just the many sides of Jane movie show thing episodes, but that's the most recent thing that's helped us validate. But yeah, I think I know what helped us validate. Yesterday, during our meeting with the psychiatrist, who did not push the drugs on us, thank goodness, I asked her before we left if she thinks it has anything remotely to do with psychosis, schizophrenia type of symptoms. And she says, no, I don't see anything that leads to that direction whatsoever. And I'm like, oh, thank goodness. Because one of our biggest fears, and the denial noodle kept saying, was how we were presenting in the neuropsych eval the week before. And we felt that it was presenting either like the paranoia personality disorder that they gave us the year before, or presenting like psychosis, like the psychiatrist from last year suspected. We were fearful of that. We were fearful that was going to come up. That's why we've made a couple videos about it. That's why we keep revisiting it, because the denial noodle doesn't want it to be that, but I think she's trying to prepare us that it could be anything, and we just don't know what it is. We just don't know what's going on. That's what she would say. But after that psychiatrist conversation we had for, I think it was like an hour long, we told her everything imaginable. And she's sending us for neuropsych testing next week, and a mind map, brain mapping. I don't really know exactly what that's like. Electro something, I don't know, but it's not covered by insurance. It's all going to be out of pocket. We might be able to do a payment plan. We're that desperate. We were that desperate about feeling validated and getting that denial noodle peace of mind, but we still want the confirmation that there's something that brain map might be able to see. So we are really highly considering it. But the appointments start next Thursday. Anyways, we're off track. We wanted to tell you something funny about where I came from, which I didn't know. I've been trying to figure out, because all of us noodles had to really dig down deep into the history of Crystal, the person, the core, the body, whoever Crystal is, right? Because we present so closely to the descriptions that we understand it to be OSD-D1A, we don't have our own separate pasts. We don't have our own separate histories. We all share the same history, but we are all separate ages of the body, and we're kind of stuck in that mentality, if that makes any sense. Like, we're branching off from that age-appropriate mentality, and we haven't really come back together a whole lot, except for when we need to. No, not really. I mean, we shoved a lot of them in the cage, so to speak, and presented ourselves as one noodle, which was really just a mask of who we really were, if that makes any sense. I think that makes sense. Basically, where did I come from? Here, let me tell you. You're about to watch a music video that I made when I was 15 years old with the help of my 2 cousins, and you'll see them at the end of the video. But they were doing the filming when I was the star of the music video. I was so dumb, but I was 15 years old. It was 1996, and I was so heartbroken over the boy. So heartbroken, I tore up his picture. I remember that being such a big deal. And then I taped it back together again, and I threw flowers on his face at the end. I don't know, you'll see it. I think it's kind of cheesy, especially the music. The music itself, I love. I loved this song. This was my anthem at 15 years old, and I really think it did something to me, this boy who was so insensitive and so cold and so... I wanted to be in love. Green Noodle is 14 years old, and she lives in a fantasy, and she just wants to be in love. That's where she stems from. And I've always said that I, Orange, am 15, and I didn't understand why 15. I'm like, well, what did we do when we were 15? Well, I knew we had a birthday party. My dad let me do like a disco theme, and that was really big and popular in the 90s, to go back to the disco ages, kind of like how 80s are making a comeback these days. That's pretty much the only thing I remember about being 15 that really stands out. And I'm like, really? That's what makes me Orange Noodle? That's what makes me, you know, focused and not very emotional and not very sensitive and blah, blah, blah. And then as I'm watching this music video tonight, I'm like, oh, insensitive. Oh my gosh, this totally makes sense. Like, I went from 14-year-old self carrying all my trauma, right? Because I've got a 3-year-old, I got a 4-year-old, I've got a 5-year-old, I've got a 6-year-old, I've got 2 7-year-olds, I've got an 8-year-old, I've got a 9-year-old, I've got a 10-year-old, I've got an 11-year-old, I've got a 12-year-old, I've got a 13-year-old, right? And 14 was the year I fell in love with this boy. And at 15 years old, I was doing my best to get over him. And I was preparing myself to becoming insensitive. So if you watch this music video, we're just cracking up laughing about how can you be so insensitive? How can you be? Please teach me. How do you be so insensitive? I'm trying to learn. I want to be like you. I want to be insensitive like you. And it was true. Me, Orange, wanted to be insensitive like this boy. I didn't want to be so touchy, and I didn't want to be a Green Noodle anymore. I wanted to be like this boy that was so insensitive. And I wonder if that is, oh my God, now it's starting to make sense. That is probably, he's probably effective, an actual boy, because sometimes I think of Orange as a boy, and sometimes I think of it as me. I am a factive boy. Crystal. Oh, I'm making any sense. Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm gonna get bullied. Please don't bully me. I don't know what I'm talking about. First of all, okay? First of all, you guys all seem so confident with your fictives and your factives and your protectors and your ages and your all your alters. You're so spot on. You're so you know it. They know who they are, and you know who they are, and no one questions. No one seems to question themselves on any of the videos that I watch, right? Are we questioning ourselves? Oh, heck yeah. Why? Because we're not that distinct. Hence the reason why the OSD1A fits so perfectly for us, because I can recall events of our life, events that we've shared. I have different experiences of this boy as being insensitive. I wanted to be insensitive. I am insensitive. Damn it, I can't stand that boy. Throw flowers on his face at the end of this music video. Yes. But you ask Green about this boy, she still fantasizes about him to this day. It's her first love, and she's just all about him all the time. So she's highly considered quitting her job. She's highly considered quitting her job and moving to the same town as him and getting a job where he works just so she could be close to him, even though he's married and has kids. Like, yes, she's still, yeah, she's still, So glad that I am hosting. Woo! So, I think I've been misrepresenting myself, because you will see 15-year-old me with my brunette hair and my dramatics and everything. Like, I definitely was a blend of green and orange, because I'm trying so hard to get over this boy by fronting this orange self, but green is so very present about still wanting him and being with him, and so very dramatic. Green is very dramatic. I don't know. I feel like I should be confident in myself, and I wish I was, and I wish I could pretend to be, but we're not. We're not confident in what we're saying. We don't feel consistent in what we're saying. We don't feel like we make a whole lot of sense. And I don't think you come to my vlogs to educate yourselves for your own noodles. I think you come here to feel validated that it's okay that you don't know your own noodles. It's okay that you're not 100% about what's going on up here, that you don't have it all figured out. It's okay. You can be in your discovery stages. You can journal. You can think. You can get on a video vlog and start talking about it. Because yeah, as we're talking about it, we're recognizing that at 16 years old we got a new boyfriend. And what happened to that boy? Oh my gosh, let me tell you about that boy. That boy took advantage of us in the sense that he knew that we were saving ourselves for marriage, and rejected us until Pinky felt that that would be the only way that we would be able to keep this boy, is if we became sexual. And so that is why Pinky is our sexual altar. And that's also something super sensitive, and I probably shouldn't speak for everybody else, but yeah, I shouldn't speak for everybody else. I was going to say most of us, I was going to say all of us, but Pinky are virgins, but that's not true. I'm just not remembering their experiences exactly. I have like this spider web ability to be able to tap into all the noodles as the host. I feel like I have that gatekeeper type of role, but I don't share their memories as much, and I don't share their emotions at all. So it's more or less just a bunch of memos, memory memos, you know, like, oh yeah, there's that one time. Okay, maybe that wasn't Pinky. No. Okay, yeah. So that's where I'm kind of like, my brain is going zoom, 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 like I'm fireworks just going off. Is that the right word? Just firing back and forth. That's what I meant. Anyways, this has been long enough. You've watched long enough. Now you ready for the music video? All right, cue the music video. Oh, terrible, right? It's a terrible rendition of that music, that song. And I really loved that song at that age. That's definitely my anthem. And I feel like I am in a lot of ways still 15 years old. I mean, obviously the body's grown up. I've grown experiences. I've grown smarter and more skills and stuff like that. So It's hard. I don't think OSDD1A, I don't think other OSDD1A systems see themselves as younger hosts. Maybe I'm an age slider. I don't know how that works. How does that work? Maybe I do slide, because as soon as I was watching that, I was so taken back at the time about, oh, this boy, and I was so over him, and I just wanted to be insensitive like him, and I just wanted to be, oh, like, if my brain was creating affective at that time and was able to create orange in that time frame of my life where I could split off, because it was very, I don't know if it's dramatic, but it was very traumatizing. It's bad. No, I mean, when you have a boy that you give your heart and soul to, and I mean only love, nothing more, and he didn't take advantage, he just was as a sensitive little green noodle. I had to figure out a way to harden my heart to that, and to all the other boys that were coming after that, except the next one. I don't know what I'm talking about. I guess please validate what I'm saying below if you can, or correct me where you think I might be wrong, but kindly, please. I don't want anybody to think that I've got this figured out. I'm not the expert. Please don't look at me as the example, more or less as the permission for you to discover yourself, however you need to do that. And we just happen to be sharing our discovery with you. I'm just so excited. Finally figured out where Orange is from. Where did Orange come from? We knew Orange was there. We just didn't know where she came from. Who am I? I'm Orange. Why does Orange always speak in third person? I don't know. Why do I do that? It's an Orange thing. I don't know. Anyways, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.